You know what, actually? I don't plan on using it on this car. I have the original Holly off of it. And this is this literally is the original Holly. This thing's fucking heavy as shit. But I hear the floats rattling. So I'm pretty sure they're still good. I think this is just maybe a 600 CFM? I don't know. But it's as good as owning a 2-barrel. And it's even got a choke flip. Let's see. I'm going to have to plug that off. Or wait, no I won't, because that gasket. Oh no, reusing a gasket. Yeah, a gasket should seal that off. So, yeah, that'll work. Okay. I don't know how good this is, if this carb is even good. Well, no, it was on there when I ran it before, so it should be fine. Alright, just got to be sure I can find the bolts for this. This is an oddball, because it's a Holly that has the fucking vacuum hose coming right out of the front of it. No, this is not light. This is a heavy carburetor. It was one of these. I think it's either 1/4 inch or 4 mil or 6 millimeter. And I think that's 6 mil. Do I have a 6 mil up here? Metric. That'll work. Now, you know the reason why you always own a black sweatshirt? It's because black sweatshirts don't show shit. So I can wipe that down. It stinks of gas. Who the fuck poured gas on my intake? The beauty of the black carburetor, or black sweatshirt, is I could do that, throw it in my laundry, and my wife's none the wiser. Love you, baby. Yeah, and if it doesn't come out, what do I care? It's a fucking black sweatshirt. This is basically the setup I had on there before, except it was an Edelbrock. And the Edelbrock actually ran really... The motor ran really good. I don't know if it ever got too hot. I never hooked up the aftermarket temp gauge, and there's no wiring in the dash. I actually have a couple of these f600 and up dashes, or I think they're f500 and up. So I've got new wiring for it. I just never installed it. I also broke, when I came back from my contract and was inspecting my house and going around, I broke the throttle connector. That one was 100% me. Because it worked before, I didn't bother to check and see if the carburetor was seized. So I got into it. When it didn't move, I gave it all away, and at the end of the day, don't fuck with me, because I can kick harder than the welds on a Ford throttle cable linkage. Although, depending on who you ask, that isn't too hard. Alright, let's just... It's fine. Alternators like it when you stand on them. Now let's be realistic here. Old timers, tell me. When you used to work on these and there wasn't a hood, you can't tell me you didn't step... Oh yeah, look at all the fucking shit in the intake. You can't tell me that you didn't at least once climb right into that fucking engine bay. And if you tell me you didn't, I'm gonna call you a fucking liar. Because there's no way you would have... What the hell did I do? I seriously just spent this whole time putting that bitch on backwards. You know, one of you guys could have told me I was doing it wrong. Instead of just standing there looking at me stupid, wondering, is this asshole gonna figure out that he put the shit on backwards? Especially because I had it right the first time, apparently. You dicks. Because this, I don't like seeing old equipment sit and never work. A, the stuff was made to work, and B, it fucking works. Like, old equipment is just a goddamn treat. Typically, when maintained, or not maintained, really, you gotta be doing something stupid for them not to work properly. But typically, they're really easy to start. They're really easy to work on. They're really fucking easy to fucking just do the jobs you need them to do. The biggest issue I have with old equipment is kind of like how this truck is set up. Small motor, really fucking low gears. Like, Ford, you're telling me you couldn't have put a fucking, what was that, 477, 534, and I don't remember what the other size Super Duty was in here. You know, you can get these with fucking Detroit diesels from factory. Yeah, you get a 6V71, or yeah, 6V71 in these things. And then they'd give you better gears, but those things were so limited in RPM, you're still only doing like 50, 55. If you wanted fuel economy, I mean, you could run this thing up to the rev limiter, and the bigger trucks did have rev limiters, but you could have run this up to the rev limiter all day. I just don't like doing that because, well, I pay for my own fuel. Alright, now I gotta find some bolts. Bend that fucking fuel line out of my way. Shove it through the wires in the distributor. And up, I guess. Yeah, put the fuel right next to the spark. It's not like that's ever bit me in the ass before. God damn it, am I autistic? Can I not? Fuck it, when we get bolts, we'll get that figured out. And don't worry about stepping on the valve covers. They're holding up this 200-pound gorilla just fine. Fuck. Still not used to this dingleberry hanging off my fucking head. Alright. Alright, had to go inside, get more batteries. I don't know where it cut out at, so hopefully you guys have full video. If not, oh no, you missed some of my ramblings. Alright. Let's grab those bolts. Well, just to catch up in case you guys didn't hear, got battery, charging on the truck. It's been like 30 minutes. Got 2 to 4 barrel adapter mounted on there because I don't have the right gasket for that 2-barrel carburetor. We're putting a Holly on there for my Edsel. You're up to speed now. Oh, and the bottle's tilted at just the right angle to get all the snow in it. That's good. That's what winter gas really is. It's just gas with snow in it. Now with these, it's a 50-50 on which way you actually install them. This comes down to whatever works. Let's line this up with you. I think it'll be easiest to get our bolts in through the top and do the nuts from the bottom side. Usually I like to do the bolts from the bottom side, but I didn't plan ahead and put them on before I put the plate on, so chances are I'm not going to be able to get any in that way. Now we just need to defy gravity. You know, tell me if you guys ever hear this. People saying they ditched fuel injection for carburation and it's so much more fucking sicky dope amazing. Did you ever hear that? And you just think to yourself, man, I wonder how much this guy fucking sucks at tuning carburetors. Like, they're not hard. They're really not. You know, they cost significantly less than even the cheapest, you know, throttle body injection. And let's be real, throttle body injection doesn't do any better of a job mixing up air and fuel than a carburetor does. Like, they both mix at the entrance of the intake. The mixing really takes place in the intake manifold. Now, you want to talk the advantages of direct injection or port injection, we could have a conversation. But those, you know, like Fast and Holley make them, and I'm sure there's a million other brands. I don't know. Tell me your experiences with them, but unless you've got a fucked up carburetor or a fucked up brain, I really don't see them doing much, you know, except maybe tickling your pickle because, oh, I could spend $1,000 when, well, I know they're not all 1,000 anymore. They used to be pretty fucking pricey. Now for the rock crawlers and stuff out there, I get it, you know. You're at crazy angles, your carburetor's not always going to seal. I understand that. That's, you know, but that's not driven because you make that purchase not because you're stupid, but because you're smart. The application demands it. I'm talking about the people who, well, most people, I daily drive a classic, or I drive it once a month when it's warm out and the weather's nice. You know, why bother? A, if you're barely driving the vehicle anyway, who gives a shit if it only gets 10 miles to the gallon? And B, if you see any great increase in fuel economy from going to injection, again, we're talking throttle body injection. I'd even say port injection. If you see any great increase in fuel economy from injection, there was something wrong to start with. Like, something severely wrong. Because at the end of the day, fuel is fuel. You can only make so much power given the amount of fuel you're putting into a motor. I know there's things like compression ratio, but there is a threshold, and these things can be calculated. So I gotta ask, what is it? Is it the, I don't like pumping the gas once when it's cold? And you really only got to do it once on a properly set up system. Like, I wanted to bet if I go into that barn, my T-Bird, I pulled the ignition box off of it, and yes, it was running a box, because at one point it actually had a pretty nicely set up 428 that I blew up from doing shenanigans. But it ran off of an ignition box that I never took out of it. To me, if I put that box back, you know, that box doesn't change fuel economy. Might idle a tiny bit smoother. You know what? I doubt the fuel pump's going to pick anything up, but okay, we'll do that. Well, splash the last of that gas down its throat. Well, there's still a little bit left, but I don't think what's left is gas. You can identify as gas. There. Now we got a carburetor and a choke flap. That can was fucking brand new and full just a few days ago. I think, yeah, I do. I still have a throttle return spring on this. Let's see. Gotta get on the other side. We'll see where we can hook that up at. Woo! It's almost like the bumper's covered in snow and ice. Alright, down here. You know, some things do look nice, and I will say, well, I prefer Edelbrocks on my dailies. A Holley does look nice on a Ford. Even a gutless, anemic 330 cubic inch Ford. Come on, that looks nice. All right. I smell starting fluid down low. But we have vapor in the intake, so it's doing things. Oh! You heard that? I heard that. Somebody wants to come to life. Come on. Oh, that's starting to glow. She getting hot. And I'm not putting another solenoid on this after this one. If this one burns up, then it's just done. But I'm ride or die, so I'll see this all the way through. She almost fucking fired. There, there's the last of the fuel. Oh, she's glowing. That thing does not have good contact on the starter wire. Starter wire. I can English sometimes. Ooh, all the wires are kind of warm. It's almost like that starter's bad. Alright, it really liked that. We're gonna let that cool down while I go steal some fuel from this truck. Now, this is the easiest truck I have to steal gas from. Come on. Because all I gotta do is just pull that off of there and shove it in a jerry can, a vinegar bottle, whatever the choice of the day happens to be. Because it's got an electric fuel pump. Just let it work. Oh, there's an old paper towel. There. I mean, I know there's more deeper in the funnel, but I feel better about it because I don't see it. I'll leave that open to remind me that fuel line's not attached. Yeah, it's fine. That gas is only 50% rust. But it's kind of like that Welch's fruit juice you had when you were a kid. It was only 5% juice. And I like to believe the other half was like rusty nails or something really fucked up. Because parents don't care about their kids anymore. Well, I can't say they ever really did that great of a job at it. Trying to change my footing so I can get in here without killing myself. Okay. Well, that's not the front vent, evidently. And neither was that. Oh, is this really the only way to get fuel into the fucking bolt? Well, shit, that's not happening then. Just leave that there. If it backfires, it'll be a spectacular death. Does YouTube still allow that? They still allow videos of people blowing themselves up? Well, the bottom of that intake is wet. So. This battery's struggling. I can try cleaning it off, but I don't think our issue is contact cleanliness. So I know I had a piece of emery cloth in here. There it is. Yeah, you know what, we'll grab another battery. Swap this one out for a backup. Throw that one back on the charger. I think that's... Well, you're not loving it out here, boy? You were the one who kept barking at my wife, asking to come out. You want to go inside? Inside? Is that what you want? Yeah, the problem is he wants me to come inside too, because he actually cares about me. Poor bastard doesn't know any better. It's kind of like my wife. Wish somebody could tell her that there's some investments not worth making, but there'll always be people like that. We gotta protect them at all costs. It's rare to find a good-hearted person anymore. You know, we all do our part, but they're a dying breed. Here's the 10 mil. Right in the snow with the 10 millimeter socket, probably. Well, you know what? For me, it's not 10 millimeters, but that's because I work on American stuff. What I find disappears more often than not are the 3/8 and the 7/16. 7/16, oddly enough, more than 3/8, but usually you can shove an 11 on a 7/16. That's fine. You want a slurry for your fucking battery cable post. This needs to go to the shop to charge too. That was the battery that was sitting in there forever, I think. Positive, that's negative. This battery's smaller, but we'll see. A fully charged battery is better than a half-fucked battery. All right. It's fine. Positive first. Come on. Come on. I know you're connected. I didn't think the posts are that dirty. Come on. making contact. It can't be that ground. That ground is impeccable. Battery charger literally said this thing was charged. What the fuck? I ain't charged with the shit. Okay. What the fuck? It's fucking up these batteries so bad. I hook it up and it shorts to ground immediately. Okay. And with a different battery. You know, he can go inside whenever he wants. My mudroom is heated. But damn bastard is so ride or die, he'd literally stay out in the snow and die. That's why fucking dogs are awesome. Also why I feel bad for him sometimes. Come on, man, go inside. You're fucking freezing your feet off just to dance around me. And you really don't gotta do that, boy. All the people who were like, oh, put dog protective boots on him. Man, fuck off with that. Dogs hate those things so much. Any real dog would look you in the face and call it abuse if you put those on them. I know up north they use them, but that's different. It's snowing here. He is a long-haired dog. This is his element to a degree. This had juice to crank this over. Alright, positives that side, negatives this side. That's what I know was good. There we go. Yeah, I guess that charger's a fucking liar. That's a comforting feeling. Everybody always likes finding out the hard way when their shit's broken. But it was from Walmart and it was only like 20 bucks, so to a degree, what did I expect? Walmart batteries though, they're pretty mint. You know they're made in the same factory that makes Interstate? I think, what was it, Project Farms dug that up. And if you don't watch him, you should watch him. He's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's what I'd expect. Now, this battery's charged and good. But that starter's just fucked. Put it on life support. Yeah, just put it on the exhaust. It's fine. The fuel vapor's right next to the solenoid that I'm arcing